Hey, it's the OC Food Diva, and we're back in the test kitchen again. With all this quarantine living, staying at home, Melissa's Produce has made it a lot easier for you to cook and have staples in your household. So they've developed a bunch of packages called Pantry boxes, which includes a lot of shelf-stable stuff, which is awesome. This is the Deluxe Pantry box. So I'm going to show you what's in it. So we've got chickpeas, 6-bean medley, lentils, red kidney beans, artichoke hearts, baby beets, cooked quinoa, polenta, perfect sweet onions, baby Dutch yellow potatoes, spice grinder, Italian seasoning, mushroom medley, cranberry clean snacks, and chopped garlic. So I am going to show you 5 different recipes that you can make with all of these products. So we're going to do a salad, a soup, a side like a potato side for a meal you might have. What else are we doing? We're doing a dessert. Yes, you heard me right. We can make a dessert out of stuff in this pantry box. And then we're also going to do hummus because we've got chickpeas and everybody loves hummus. It's a great dip for vegetables. If you have pita bread, you've got crackers, you've got chips at home. It's a great snack. So I'm going to show you all that. So stay tuned and we're going to get started. Hey, we're back and we're doing another recipe utilizing Melissa's Produce's Deluxe Pantry box. So today we're going to be using 3 of the items from that box. We're going to be using the organic polenta, baby Dutch yellow potatoes, and chopped garlic. And then also other items that we're putting in there: salt, butter, cheddar cheese, and milk. So this will be a cheesy polenta potato bake. So kind of like a casserole. It's going to have like a layer of mashed potatoes and then cheesy polenta, and then we'll put it in the oven to kind of brown the top, and should be delicious. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is get a pot on your stove, high heat, and we're going to boil the Dutch yellow potatoes. I personally like the skin in my mashed potatoes, but if you don't like it, go ahead and peel your potatoes first, and then put them in the water. Okay, so we got them all in there. Great thing about the baby Dutch yellow potatoes, or as we call them, the DYPs, they have a buttery flavor on their own, so you don't have to add as much butter, or don't even add butter if you're trying to keep it vegan. You can go ahead and leave the butter out, and then don't add the milk either. You could add like a different type of milk if you want, like I don't know if any of the nut milks would work, because they might add a little bit of sweetness to it that you may not want in your mashed potatoes. But these on their own, whether they're just baked or boiled, already have that buttery flavor kind of packed into them anyways, so they're great on their own. So we're going to let this boil, not to boil, and cook for 7 to 10 minutes. Okay, potatoes are boiling away, and we're just going to test one, make sure it's soft. Yep, before it goes in, they're ready to come off. We're going to shut off the heat, drain them, and I'm going to start mashing. Okay, so the potatoes are nice and hot. We're going to mash them together. Some people have mashers. I use a pastry color because it's got a rounded bottom. I don't know if you can see. So when you're mashing in a bowl, you get to the bottom. If you use a flat masher, it doesn't make it onto the bowl unless your bowl has like a flat bottom, but most don't. So now that I've kind of opened them up, I'm going to stick in a couple tablespoons or teaspoons of chopped garlic. And also some butter. Depending how much you want, or maybe you can skip this step if you want to keep it vegan. But I don't know, like 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. So I added in right now because the potatoes are hot, and then you sort of melt and mash the butter into the potatoes since you're already working anyways. Okay, so at this point, if you like your mashed potatoes a little bit more creamier, you can add your milk. I do 1/4 cup at a time, just so your mashed potatoes don't get too liquidy, because then it's hard to go back at that point because you've already added too much liquid. So I'm going to add some salt here, probably like, I don't know, start with a 1/2 teaspoon, stir it around and see. Okay, looks like the mashed potatoes are done, so we'll just prepare the polenta now, and then we'll start layering. We're starting our polenta. I'm gonna put our pan up to low heat, if I can get it started. Okay, so we have our pan up to a low medium heat because our polenta is already cooked. We just want to warm it up. So I've got 1/2 cup of milk, and I've got my chunked up polenta here. I'm just going to let this come to heat, maybe like 5 minutes, until it's nice and creamy again. And then we'll add the cheese. Yeah, the milk is starting to kind of bubble, so we're going to push this in. Once you notice all the lumps are gone, we're going to go ahead and stick our cheese in there. So this is 2 cups of shredded cheddar. I know it looks like a lot, but once it melts, you won't even notice. Plus, if you don't already know me, I love cheese. So the more cheese, the better. You can see it's all gooey with cheese. So I think it's melted, so we're going to go ahead and turn the heat off and begin layering our casserole. Okay, we're ready to stack our casserole. We've got our potatoes. Going to mush that down to the bottom. Oops, got some stragglers here. Okay. Now we've got our cheesy polenta. And we're going to spread it So this will go into the oven. I have the oven preheated to 450, and I'm going to put it in there until we get a nice golden brown crust on top. I'm going to check it in about 15 minutes. And our cheesy polenta potato bake is ready. Has a nice golden brown crust. It almost puffed up like a souffle. I don't know if I can turn it a little so you can see. Isn't that awesome? So let this cool for a little bit, and then we'll cut into it and see how it tastes. Now we're going to take a piece of this casserole out. Doesn't it look great? You can see the potato and then the cheesy layer here. It smells so good. I wish you had smell-o-vision. So it's a little soft still because it's still warm, but oh, look at that. Cheesy goodness. Look at that. You see the steam coming off of it. Oh. So this would be great. Served as a side to like, I don't know. You want to have like your steak and potatoes and eat that. And then you get that cheesy polenta layer on there, kind of like a twice baked potato. I don't know, a lot of great options for this. It's probably filling on its own because it's got a lot of potatoes in it and corn. I hope you enjoyed these recipes here for the Melissa's Produce Deluxe Pantry Box. You'll see a link up for it below so you can order it. A lot of great things we came up with. 5 different recipes from one pantry box. And if you have dietary restrictions, go ahead and replace with what you need to make these recipes. A lot of great stuff, a lot of filling stuff, a lot of stuff that'll feed the family for a couple days. Actually, well, more like a week, because there's a lot of stuff you can actually repurpose and make over your leftovers with. And then we'll also post the recipes below for each video, so you'll be able to make them. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. We'll see you next time. Mahalo! Thank you, Melissa's Produce.